What is going on, guys? It is your boy here, Lucky Charlie, with my girl Heywiar, and she's going to show us her base. Miss Heywiar, whenever you're ready, please show us around.
All right, cool. Hi, I'm Heywiar. You probably saw me being annoying in Bunny's video. So this is my base, well, part of my base so far. I wanted to centralize my base around the idea of, I don't know if anybody has ran into these ads before, but the hard light, like the terror surgeons, around like Metropolis and the War of the Light DLCs. My character's hard light, so I kind of wanted to centralize that idea around the terror surgeon. Like, what if my character is a terror surgeon? I kind of wanted my character to have a little bit of a backstory to it, which is a little nerdy, but I find it difficult to get involved in my character if you don't like give him a little bit of a personality. So this is his like little creepy lab, and he sort of lives by himself in his little weirdo. So if you're a terror surgeon, you can't really necessarily not do surgery or whatever. So I have a few, what would you call these test subjects? Poor little guys
Little
that are kind of,
cadavers and stuff. Yeah, I got you.
yeah, cadavers, like that are sort of in stasis. Like, oh shit, our life is over. Can I swear in this video? But
Yes.
you know, okay, cool. So he has a little bit of a drug cartel thing going on here. I don't know. You gotta be a little bit immature sometimes, the marijuana and things going on here. Maybe like a little bit of a meth lab. I know you like that, huh, Bunny? Um, so over here is a little bit more of the like the medicinal area, like the experimentation process going on. He has a big little table right here, uh, little nasty, sadistic, robotic arms coming down, like about to, I guess, cut into things. Here are more cadavers and things in here and stasis tubes. And this guy is about to be experimented on this table right here. And the one of the worst parts about this base that I had to do was this wall. I find it difficult that a lot of the walls in the game aren't high enough to reach the roofs of the ceilings of the bases. So this is like 20 or 30 different Kryptonian support beams, which costs a lot of money. Um, so I had to go around and make some walls, and I wanted to give it that sort of crisp, nice wallish thing without, oh hey, you have a wall, but it's cut off at the top, and I didn't want to do that. And maybe my guy doesn't just experiment on people, maybe he experiments on other living organisms like little starros. Um, I like to think there's maybe some people in these little bottles. This right here is one of my favorite parts. I don't really necessarily know why. It's just a part that I like. This would be his computer hub, his little terminal. I have a lot of survival mode base items in this base, and I just wanted to implement these ON consoles because these are probably one of my most favorite base items in the game, and just give it a little bit of a compact like NCIS spinning around like Oracle kind of thing going on, Orwell calculator because I'm a villain. And oh, I'm getting tells. That sucks. So you gotta rep a little bit of yellow or well Sinestro Core Pride. So I have my mist containers and stuff here. And one of the biggest issues I've had with this base, and I saw it at the entrance too, which is why the entrance is a little plain, is that the tech base is very picky about where you can place things down. I was only able to place these icicles in this very middle smack dab area. And at the very beginning, I wasn't really allowed to place things like walls and arches and things because it literally would not allow you to. So that was very frustrating, and it was very hard to like overcome that. And so like I like to think that my guy maybe has like some little secret little terminal on OA. So you got to have a window here somehow. Maybe he's dug into one of the holes. Like an undercore Sinestro guy. Over here is another one of my little terminals that I like to keep track of. I like to keep the theme of like ice. Like I I know not a lot of people have had this experience, but I've been in laboratories and they're really cold. Um, so I kind of wanted to give that coldish feeling, like very cold and barren and not a good place that a normal person wouldn't want to be in. And I kind of reiterate this idea here, right near where my mailbox is at. Oh, over here, Charlie. Um, sorry. Um, like, there's some more snow here, some more. And if you look on the ceiling, and this is another like part I really like, there's a lot of spaceships, and this is sort of something that I wanted to personally include because of my career path. I'm training to become a commercial pilot. So I was like, if I want to fly in real life, might as well want my guy to fly in the game. My character is also super speed, so it sort of makes sense that he has a super speed, treadmill. Got to monitor how quickly he's going and things, and make sure that he's not slow, that he can get away just in case he gets caught. This part, one of my favorite parts. This part, a lot of people seem to like, and this is the bedroom. It may not look like a bedroom, but it is. So back again on the whole wall situation. A lot of the walls that I placed either didn't fit the theme of the base or weren't tall enough or were too tall. So I sort of had to improvise farm quite often for the bottles, and I sort of made a wall out of the bottles. And I would like to think, obviously there's people there, like, my character's a villain, haha, sucks for you, you're now living in my base, and there's nothing you can do about it. This is his bed. Like I said, I want to kind of reiterate the whole creepy little scientist guy thing. Probably wouldn't sleep in a nice, decent bed. It's sort of like a test subject kind of guy. Right here, I kind of wanted to continue on carrying out the theme of like lanterns. So I like to combine these mist containers. Let's see if I can break one. And oh well, oops. But there are two different colors that you can make into like the diamond mist, quote unquote, barrels. So I wanted to. He probably has like some. This is probably his like personal computer. Like, kind of wanted to continue that theme. Some more like cold bullshit going on. I would like to think of this as like I created this little area with the idea of like this is like some super hardcore, high-powered microscope, and you would lay some things out on there, and the that part hanging from the ceiling is like the actual microscope part. He has a teleporter. And downstairs is a little area. Uh, Goofy, or well, it's still a little bit uh, themed around the whole scientific thing. I wanted to put a car on here, but unfortunately I could not, so that sucked. Um, there's also a lot of rings here. This is a really strenuous part that I had to get across. These little rings up here on the ceiling. Just a little detail I wanted to include that didn't necessarily make or break the base, but added a little bit of extra features in there. And it was extremely irritating getting those rings to be lined up perfectly. So there's a little bit more Owen and Green Lantern memorabilia over here. And this part right here is a little bit of a this part I get a lot of compliments on in particular, not to like toot my own horn or anything, but a lot of people ask me, "Hey, how do you get your pool table to look so techy?" It's two base items. It's the pool table and it's the exobyte tracking terminal from Anti-Monitor last year, which is returning really soon. Maybe my character likes to have a little drink. Maybe every once in a while has somebody to come over. Um, Probably not very often. So I would like to think that this area is a little bit more casual. Like you got to have some area to relax, even though you got some like evil tendencies going on. Um, this is a this is where he would probably keep track of his base, maybe like the outside or inside of the base, maybe making sure that nobody's infiltrating. Um, and I like to think of my character, maybe he's a little bit messy, so he has like a little bit of mess going on. This is the living room. Uh, Wanted to keep it a little quaint, a little quiet, and maybe he likes to drink champagne. When I lived with me, I liked to drink, so it was fun. and so maybe I kind of wanted to carry that over. Just something little I wanted to include, a little bit of detail. So you gotta have a character. If you're a villain or a hero, you gotta have a character who's necessarily at least a little bit fit. So I wanted to include a little bit of a workout area, a little station to work out. Sorry, my mic just cut out. No, it didn't. Um, and this part, the flooring right here, was a little irritating because I had to situate all of these little things because this is probably like 10 or 15 different little floor pieces. And you see that there's a lot of them, and I had to get into that pattern. So that was pretty irritating to get across. And this is my garage. This is the final part of my base, and it's also probably the messiest. So when you think of a garage or whatever, you think of like people working out, or like people not working out, but like working on things, like like construction or workshops. So this is, yeah, a workshop would be a better word for it. So this is where he would store all of his extra stuff. Maybe this would be where he like pre-plans ideas and hypotheses, sorry, for like the experiments and stuff that he's got going on upstairs. Um, and got like little drafting tables and stuff. This is probably the area where he can be the messiest. And everybody's messy. I'm messy. So this would also be the area where he would work on his spaceship. I didn't have the Batmobile, and I know everybody does this little Batmobile thing with like this being the driveway, but I didn't have a Batmobile, and quite frankly, I didn't feel like spending $10 on a Batmobile. So I was like, why not include a spaceship, which suits my character better, and I also like the fact that it sort of matches my character's outfit. Um, so I got these little wires on the floor, and these carts, and like when you change a tire, you crank up the car. So that's what this little item is supposed to be. It's supposed to be working on the ship. And here's some more computer terminals. He's got to have a lot of different computer terminals for a lot of different things. Here's a safe, his bank. And I know a lot of people seem to have like fridges and stuff, so I would like to think that the soda cola fridge would probably be where he stores some drinks, because I wouldn't want to go upstairs to get like a drink or something. I would rather go like stay downstairs and have a mini fridge in my room. But yeah, I wanted to do this idea because it was it was interesting in my opinion at least. Not a lot of people seem to have a base that's solely technologically based. I know some people who have like laboratories in their base, but their whole base isn't a laboratory. So I wanted to do that, and it was a little difficult because the tech base, like I said earlier, it's so particular about what you can put down in areas. Um, so I really had to micromanage the space and little things that I could put in those spaces without it looking too full or too barren. Um, but after all, it was really fun, and I like how it turned out. I'll probably change it in the future, but that's my base. Sorry if I talked too much.
Oh
Just
no,
wanted to
you're
get a
good.
little
I, d-
into stuff like that.
I do want to add something that wasn't added because I know the conversation you and I had a couple days ago.
Hmm.
I do want to into everything that you see in here, guys, like the Superman stuff, all that. She didn't buy any of this. She grinded every freaking piece you see in here that's survival mode. So if anybody's played survival mode, and I know if you try to pug survival mode, you're not getting anything really. You might get through maybe one or two levels. She grinded every piece of this, like the Superman doors, all this OS stuff that you see, like this little thing here, those computers. And believe me, the nicer the base items, the harder the grind. When it comes to survival mode, you get like the easy the easy base items, the common base items, the cooler stuff like this window, all this stuff. Those are the harder pieces to get, and like this stuff down here, guys, all this stuff right here, she grinded 100% of her survival mode. I wanted to at least let people know that because it's easy to go buy stuff, but like she told me, and I hope I don't misquote her here. She's like, I'm a poor college student. I ain't got time to be sitting here grinding all this stuff out. So, or buying all this stuff. So she actually grinded all this stuff, guys. I mean, these windows here. That's survival mode. Every bit of this stuff that you see, if you're not familiar with survival mode, this is it's a lot of hours to put into survival mode to even think about getting half this stuff. So I know we had a conversation. I just wanted to put that out there because I do survival mode, and I do know how hard it is to run it. So I wanted at least you said something. I don't want to toot my own horn. I wanted to toot it for you real quick because a lot of this is a lot of grinding stuff. So guys, it's just like I said, it's always nice to appreciate somebody's base, but it's really nice when you know somebody grinded like the survival mode stuff. I mean, because like I said, that's a grind. Replay badges grind. And by the way, hey, I mean, I love this. I love this whole base. I mean, even the ice. I know it's bulky, but I do know what you're talking about. How cold lavatories are, stuff like that. And you're 100% right. I mean, that just it kind of works perfect with that. I mean, this thing is awesome. And like going with the Sinestro Corp thing you talked about, if anybody noticed, the lights on her floor, all the lights are the yellow lantern colors going in.
Yeah, I like to think that the whole base is like charged around
It's all fear,
the
baby.
fear energy.
It's all
Yeah,
fear,
it's all
baby.
fear. Seriously, man.
So, you know. All right, guys, you know how this works. Guys, all you have to do, if you like Heywire's base, just give her a thumbs up. And
Thank you for listening to me rambling.
oh, no problem. Hey, and thank you so much for letting us see your base. This is awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for showcasing it.
No problem. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a great day.